Welcome back to Seat Time. The van is loaded and we are getting ready to head toward Missouri for the Flying W National Enduro. So I'm gonna take you guys with me on the adventure. Ask questions, enjoy as I get seat time. I hope you're out there getting seat time, and let's get on the road. We made it to Missouri. It took me a handful of hours to get here, longer than I wanted, but it really wasn't too bad. This is my fourth time coming to Missouri this year. It started at Hardwood Hills, then I came back up here for Lead Belt. Oh, before Lead Belt was when I came to Branson with my family, and now I'm here for the Flying W. This terrain right now that you can see me walking down looks a lot like Hardwood Hills and Lead Belt. There's a lot of like baby head rocks, but unfortunately right now too, it's super dry, so it's gonna be really dusty. So I have a feeling the front end is gonna be all over the place, just like what just happened. And that's going to be interesting to say the least, because if there's somebody on my road that's faster than me, I'm going to have a ton of dust, and if we catch people, there's going to be a ton of dust. So either of those sucks, but in the long run, it's part of it for everybody, right? We're all racing the same track. We're not going to have as many miles as I would like on the day. I think it's 55 miles, but in the long run, I think we have just under 40 race miles because there's a lot of transfer between single track. It kind of sucks to have driven that far for that little of race miles, but again, you know me, I'm a keep endurance and enduro kind of guy, so we're gonna see how it goes for me. Nothing else, I know we're gonna have fun getting seat time, racing, new trails. This is a new venue for the National Enduro, and of course, making new friends. Let's get to this, guys. Getting my hydration and nutrition ready for tomorrow. So even though I have a 3-liter bladder, I'm only gonna fill it up with 2 liters. I'm gonna put 2 elements in it, and then I'm gonna put 2 scoops of my UCAN in it, which is about 20 grams a scoop, so that's gonna be about 40 grams in here. Now I'm gonna have a refill ready to go, which is gonna be another liter with another element and another scoop. And that'll be 60 grams between the days. Now what I also am gonna do is I like to have these amino acids throughout the day. So protein just breaks down into amino acids and your body uses it as it's needed. I find that these help a lot with recovery. So not only does it help with the way that my muscles feel on the day, but also my recovery is a ton better when I am using these amino acids on the day. And also I'm just getting a little bit more electrolytes there. Now throughout the day, in there I'll make sure that I actually have some gels on me, and I'm gonna have these bars as well. So this is gonna give me a little bit more carbohydrates, and then of course too, I'm gonna get some fats here with the peanut butter that comes in this energy bar. I probably won't go through all of these in the day, but again, I don't wanna get hungry. If I start to feel hungry, I've waited too long to consume some food. Now I like to carry caffeine gum as a little bit of a way to get a pick-me-up when needed. Maybe one of those an hour. This is only 50 milligrams in each one of these, and then of course, I keep a little bad boy of ibuprofen to do it. So that's kind of how I prep for the day on my nutrition. So hydration and electrolytes. If you got questions, ask them. Tell me what you use. Oh, we're almost ready, guys. Let's do this. In those woods is where everybody's going. I'm row 61. I got about 20 minutes. It's time to warm up and we'll get into the trail. We have a 3-mile transfer to get into that first test. Let's do this, guys. Woo! Thanks, guys! Test 1 done. So we had that 3-mile transfer, 6 miles in the test. It is crazy dusty, but the good news is there's not a ton of racers, and so even though it is dusty, it's not horrible. The one thing that it does suck is when you're in the shadows into the light and you're catching somebody, that's when it definitely sucks. One of the things that I noticed is how chapped up it is in the 60s. I can only imagine when you're going to something like Sumter and you're 120s. So the braking bumps are pretty crazy, and there's tons of little offshoots around turns, and you can tell where maybe somebody was passing somebody, something to that degree. I'm trying to do a better job of like noticing those beforehand and trying to leverage those. But 2 right fingers did start to go to sleep, so as the doctor that I saw said, that's very much an ulnar nerve thing. So that's the nerve that runs down through your elbow, and just having a lot of injuries there this year. Maybe that's what it is, and I might need to have some kind of surgery to move the ulnar nerve a little bit. Something I'm still considering, but in the long run it costs money. I'd rather spend my money on racing dirt bikes right now. We got a bunch of 6-mile tests to do, except for the 4th, which is 4.5. So we're gonna keep getting after it. Off to test 2. More of the same at test 2. Tons of fun, loving the elevation, of course, the siltiness, the rocks moving and shaking all over the place. Felt a little bit better, but I didn't realize how much I was lollygagging there around mile 4, and the B open dude on my row caught me. I let him by, but then he crashed, and then I passed him, and that's when I was like, stop it, like, what are you doing? And I rode a lot better. He didn't catch me again towards the end. I think he was about 20-30 seconds behind me. It looked like he had a pretty good crash, but unfortunately once he passed me, like a goofball, just kind of like getting in my own head because he passed me, screwed up on a hill climb. That's what got him about 10-15 seconds in front of me. But when so I didn't catch his crash, came up on him, made sure he was okay, then took off again, and that's when I was like, okay, get out of your head, just do the thing, let's get out of here and do this. So we're heading out for test 3. We're gonna be at 3, 4, 5, and then we're gonna come back, put some gas in the bike, and then do this. Woo, that was awesome. I had a feeling at some point that you were gonna be on me, just because like this is what you ride. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that first one I had some arm pump from hell, and so I went and got some water and kind of shook it out, and I started feeling it really good. I just got wedged in the wrong spot right there.
Oh yeah, you look like you clipped one thing, which sent you into another thing, which was like, you're either gonna make it or you're not.
Yep, go rest up. We'll see you on the next
handful more miles to go.
Yeah.
Test 3 down. That last 6 miles was fun. It reminded me a lot of Zink Ranch with the way that it like weaved in and out of planted rocks this time, not all the loose rocks, but it was very twisty and tight. It was like that with elevation, and that was neat because we kept going in and out of this cool creek, and then you through some grass track, and then kind of in and out, in and out. On your left, thank you. We've got the 4.5 mile test section, and then we are going to be going into another 6 mile, and then we'll be back to camp. Lots of fun in that one. I felt like I was attacking a little bit more, but at the same time, I also can tell that it's wearing me out. So the fact that I'm trying to attack as much as I am is kind of wearing me down on the day. But we got 3 more tests to go. Whatever that mileage works out to, like 16 something miles. So let's get to it. Test number 4. You can certainly hear my surprise with how deep that water was. Unfortunately, that's going to come back into play when it comes into test 5, because the deepness of that creek kind of freaked me out. But test 4 was really fun. It was 4.5 miles, so a little bit shorter than the normal 6 we had been having. Times in the 40A class are so crazy and so close. It's great to see so much fun racing. Welcome to Test 5, and this is the section that stands out the most to me. These Missouri creeks, maybe small rivers, whatever you want to call them, are insane, and they've been at every single Missouri round that I've had so far, where not only do they typically have some form of water in them, but you can see those very small baby head rocks. And as I said, that one creek crossing in Test 4, the depth was deeper than I thought, and it kind of freaked me out. And then the earlier sections of this piece was also deeper than I expected. So as I got further down this creek, I really freaked out, and I just didn't ride as hard or as aggressive. So when it came to these baby head rocks, I just kind of took it easy, and unfortunately it showed in the results, but that's okay. I love this stuff, it's technical, and it definitely challenges me. Welcome to Test 6. Test 6 was an A-only section on the day. It was another 6-miler, but they really did step up the technical aspect. I feel like it got a little bit tighter, but it also got a little bit more off camber, and they put us through more little ravines, I would call. There's one here in the middle that I'm going to show you guys that was actually really fun, and I don't know how, but there was actually water on the trail considering it was so dusty on the day. This was the test that I did the best on overall in the day and as well in the class. So somehow I got second in the class, just about 6 seconds ahead of JD Freibel there, who was second place in our class. Congrats, Tom Truxell, on your badass riding. Come on. I made it back home from Missouri. I stopped off in McAlester, Oklahoma last night, slept till about 5 a.m. and hit the roads about 2 hours to get home. And so now I have made it. I'm about to unload. Really happy with the way that I rode. And the thing is that I'm happy with the way that I rode, and the way that I rode created a good result. So I got 4th in the 40A class. I think it was 55th overall. As a AA rider, maybe 10, 15 years ago, probably 15 years ago, I think the best I've ever done is 53rd overall at a national. The thing is that I was attacking a lot more than I would have in the past. I was also accelerating more, right? And I was also braking harder. And I feel like the way that I've been practicing those techniques have really helped create who I am right now as a rider, which is a more aggressive but still smooth enduro racer, and I think it's showing in the results. So again, it's really hard to not just be focused on the result. But the thing is that I'm trying to remember, be happy with the way that I rode, because I rode great. There's little things always to work on. And it's even cooler that the way that I rode created a good result. So super excited about that. Those Missouri creek beds still freak me out with all of those crazy marble, and I know that in test 5, I definitely was a little hesitant there, and you can see it in the results in the way that it played out, but that's okay. Again, like, super awesome. I'm so glad I made the drive, got to make new friends, got to high-five some old friends. Super cool. Congrats to Stu Baylor on getting the win. He beat Josh Toth by 3 seconds. Like, how crazy is that, right? That 3 seconds on 55 miles on the day. So pretty stinking crazy. I hope you guys enjoyed getting seat time. I hope you guys enjoyed this recap of the National Enduro there in Missouri at the Flying W Ranch. I'm hoping to make a little bit longer recap videos from now on. So if there's something that you liked a little bit more of, want a little bit more of, or less of, let me know in the comments. If you guys, I don't know, just enjoy getting seat time. That's really what this is about. We'll see you for the next one. Well, you know, if we don't get a chance to see you on the trail, we'll see you here on the internet. But if nothing else, we'll see you for the next one.